Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the CrossGen podcast. I know it's been a while, but we've been rather busy, unfortunately, with life events. And we've also been podcasting. Well, not podcasting, I'm sorry. We've been streaming stuff on the internet, on YouTube. It is CrossGen Play. But before we get into that, let me introduce myself. My name is Walt, and I am joined once again. Again, we're back with my two hosts and my two awesome kids, AJ and Eli. Guys, say what's up.
Hi.
Goodbye.
Hi.
Bye. Why?
Hi.
Hi.
Watch this.
Shmy. Look at this. Eli loves playing with the FaceTime
Super
And it's
speed.
making you blurrier.
camera. Yeah, you're just super blurry now.
Super speed. I'm like the
Alright.
Flash.
You literally froze for like 2 seconds.
Oh really?
Yeah, you did. I don't know why. All right. Anyway, so yeah, I was mentioning CrossGen Play. Guys, do you guys want to talk about CrossGen Play, or should I do the spiel?
So CrossGen gaming. So CrossGen
Yes, it's been a while
Play-
since we've been on the podcast, but that's okay.
Yeah.
CrossGen Play is basically a smorgasbord of like 3 different programs. You have regular CrossGen gaming with Eli. He hasn't really given himself a name yet. You have old man gaming, where it's quite obvious an old man games. And then you have informal gaming,
Man
the cool contrarian channel, or rather, series, where it's led by me.
Counter programming, AJ.
No, contrarian. But anyway,
God.
yeah, we have a couple of different things up, though. Not normally. Most of what it is right now is Elden Ring. We will do other stuff in the future once we finish Elden Ring, which we are, well, at least 2 of the other streamers are very close to doing. Um, but yeah, that's CrossGen Play. CrossGen Play.
And you can find that on the CrossGen YouTube channel. It is a channel within a channel, right? So
Yeah.
you have the CrossGen podcast YouTube, and within that there are 2 channels, one for CrossGen podcast and one for CrossGen Play. So if you're interested in the podcast, or if you're interested in CrossGen Play, just go to YouTube and hit that subscribe button, and definitely hit that little bell, the notification button, so you know exactly when a new video shows up. So that's CrossGen Play, guys, and I gotta tell you, it's actually kind of fun, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
It's pretty fun.
it's kind of cool to be able to record a thing and talk smack while we're on it, right?
Yeah. Basically.
So
Yeah, like when you thought waterfall dance was easy to dodge, not so
Waterfall
easy,
dance
huh?
is easy to dodge,
That's
and it will
that's not what the
always
stream
be
says.
easy to
That's not what
dodge.
the
You
stream
can't.
says.
No.
Yes.
No.
Actually, yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Too bad.
Waterfall. Wait. Waterfowl or
Foul
water
dance. Yeah,
bow?
waterfowl dance.
Okay.
Foul.
I don't know. Waterfall dance. It's not that hard to dodge. I just
yet
got
you've never
gotta get
dodged
used
it.
to it.
Never.
Because I did dodge it once, like only
One
once.
small sequence out of the millions of swipes she delivers to you.
That's an exaggeration. It's only like 10.
Melania was a little bit harder than you thought.
Okay, but I still beat her in one day, in 1 hour,
Yeah,
or
let's
in
not
like
even get started
yeah.
about Malekith.
Or
Malekith
Placidusax.
I don't know. No.
All right. Anyway, so guys, definitely check out CrossGen Play if you're a big into gaming. And so let's get started. So I wanted to do something a little bit different on this podcast, and I guess, what's the best way to say it? Stupid videos from the internet, dumb
Yeah.
TikTokers, stupid Instagram.
Yeah.
I mean, what do we even call it?
Funny internet videos.
Funny internet videos. Well, this one is, I guess it's kind of funny. Um, I would introduce it, but let me just play it, and then that
Oh,
way you guys can
Okay.
see what I'm talking about.
reacting
Oh
video.
my.
Oh God,
Oh, I've seen this.
So this is a
I've never
TikToker who
seen
thought it
this.
was smart to go and mess around with an orangutan.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Look at that.
He's like, get over here. Come
Like the other guy's
here.
kicking him, and
Wow. All three opposable limbs hanging on.
no, it gets better.
Damn. I feel. Oh wow.
So
Yeah.
there is
Damn.
a second part to the video to this, which
Oh
I
God.
don't have unfortunately, and maybe I'll look it up a little bit later. Um, Eventually he does get out of the orangutan's grasp, but not before he loses a shoe and almost loses a toe, because the orangutan, as he was losing his grip, decided, you know what? Let me see if I can bite this guy's foot.
Whoa.
Luckily, he missed, because most likely, if he didn't, that dude would be walking around with a limp right about now. So
Yeah.
now the interesting thing is that, for like I said, for whatever reason, this TikToker, and I'll look up the information and put it in the notes later. He thought it was a good idea to get up close and personal with this orangutan, not knowing that orangutans are insanely strong. But I guess he kind of figured that out on his own, didn't he?
Yeah. What a
I
stupid
mean,
idiot.
it would have been
Sorry.
embarrassing, but just ditch the shirt.
What
Well,
if he
at
just
that point,
Slide out of
gave the
there.
that's
orangutan
true.
his
But at
shirt?
that point, the orangutan was smarter than this guy and grabbed his leg. He's lucky that he didn't walk away with a broken leg on this, to be honest. You know,
Yeah.
Oh.
it's never good when man meets animal, right?
I
Not
mean.
quite.
Yeah.
Not quite.
No. I
So
guess.
I guess stupid internet video,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
beyond stupid.
Yeah.
What, like, even chimps, they're like, I'm not gonna say like they're hyper aggressive, but like if you've ever seen one fight, it's not pretty.
Hmm.
No, it's not. You know, and like I said, I don't know what this guy was thinking, but in
No, I'll tell you what he was thinking. He was like, "Oh look, monkey."
No, God, don't bring that up again.
Yes,
No,
the
no,
return of a
no, no.
monkey.
Disgusting. That's such a dead meme. It's not even funny. It's dead.
well, he was trying to play with the orangutan in
Okay.
Indonesia. This was
Okay.
Indonesia, by the way.
Hmm.
So, he actually jumped a fence to get that close.
Really?
The guy in the video, and you know what? While we were doing this, I decided to look up the information. The guy in the video, his name, he is a 19-year-old named Hassan Arifin. Okay. Um, Somebody did try and help him, and like I said, eventually they did pull him off, but not without the orangutan trying to bite his foot off. Um, the video on Twitter has, as of June 7th, 24 million views and 149,000 likes.
Oh shit.
And, some of the comments, that orangutan at the end trying to bite his toes.
Hmm.
Somebody also said just desserts and deserved.
Yeah, sorry to be honest.
And according to the UK newspaper The Mirror, the guy was only trying to play with it. He wasn't trying to tease it.
Yeah, okay,
Mm.
sure.
So,
Stupid TikTok video.
yeah, I do have a
Very
comment from the
stupid.
kid. The monkey's reflexes were so quick, it was unthinkable. I was not prepared. I thought it would kill me. I really thought I would die.
The internet.
So I don't know, man. Was it worth it?
No.
Probably not.
No.
Anyway, so let's move on. Um, you guys, you guys started with DBL, Dragon Ball Legends. Was there some
Um.
news on that or not really?
So
Uh.
there's this thing I like to call what, fourth anniversary?
Has it been
Um.
4 years?
Yeah, fourth. Wait. Yeah, fourth. Wait. Fourth.
First one was Super Vegito. Second
Second.
one was Vegito Blue.
Yeah.
Third one was Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta.
And
And
Vegito Blue, of
now
course.
and now it's MUI, which no one cares about.
And Vegito Blue, of course.
Oh yeah, that same Vegito Blue got a Zenkai.
Yeah. So
Oh my god.
every anniversary, all you need to know, it's just Vegito Blue. I don't know. I don't know what's
How
going
many
on with
Vegito
Vegito.
Blues are there? How many cards are there?
I could tell you there's a lot more than
There's
yeah.
Super, transformable into Super,
But no,
two
Vegito
Blues.
Blues.
No, he's talking about all in
Oh, all
general.
Vegitos in general?
Yeah, there's. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I haven't played DBL in a while.
Neither have I.
Um, but the last time I remember, they were an insane amount of cards that were literally the exact same thing. All they did was just change what
The
maybe
animations.
the
But most
animation,
of the special
or maybe
news
or
are
maybe
the
even
same
just
thing.
the card art, right? Because
Yeah.
they're basically the same thing. Are they still doing that?
Yeah. To this day.
I mean, how many versions of Goku do we need? To be
Apparently
honest,
not
So you
enough.
can add another one to
Whatever.
your collection. MUI.
so they're doing a proper MUI now, because I know the last time that I stopped, there was an MUI character.
No,
No,
that
it was
was
just
you Ultra
UI.
Instinct Omen.
Oh, that was it. So this
Yeah.
is this is a new Ultra Instinct.
This
Yeah,
is
MUI.
MUI with the
Master Fusion
silver
Ultra
hair.
Instinct.
This is crazy.
Yeah. So I
Okay.
mean, look, the game is horrible, but I have seen some growth in terms of like developing their systems, how like everything works. But like um see, okay, here's the thing. I stopped playing DBL until like a week ago maybe, or like 2 weeks ago. So like it's not bad when I came back to it. Currently, I have MUI Goku 6 stars. I have Vegeta, the new Vegeta, like only 3 stars. And the thing about it is, the game was horrible before, but now it's a little bit more bearable. So like, um, they give out a little bit more chrono crystals, and it's easier to pull stuff. So I would say they have a little bit, a tad bit, like a tiny bit more content, and then that's it. And it's a little bit easier to play the game now. It's a little bit more bearable.
Can I say that that's a lie? What new content aside from the MUI is
Well,
there?
you would need to check.
Besides the world raid? No, because I did when anniversary started. I was there. I just looked in. All I saw was a lot of the old events. The challenge raid hadn't even come out at the time, and there was just the obviously the welcome back events, and then there was what, another event for like one of those garbage free to play
F2P.
characters.
The
That was
three
it.
F2 the three F2P units, two of them are copy and paste, but the main one doesn't have copy and paste animations, which is one thing I will give to them, because the F2P Goku's animations kind of do look fire. So
Oh yeah, another Goku.
yeah, so they had the F2P event, they had the World Challenge raid, whatever, blah blah blah. Um, they had an event for challenging. Um,
Go on.
they had missions. There are a lot of missions. So like basically every medal that you get, once you get to like a specific amount, 100 would equal 1000 chrono crystals. And it's
How long did it
decently
take you to get to 100?
a
Oh,
week.
you haven't even gotten to
A
100 yet,
week.
have you?
A week. A week.
Hmm. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And I haven't even been playing. So that's why I'm saying it's a little bit easier. So, yeah. It's certainly more intriguing than Dokkan right now.
Remember how Dokkan was the
The
prize
better one.
child and DBL was Satan?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they're both Satan, but just one's a little bit more devilish than the other, I guess.
It's
Alrighty
always gonna
then.
be something different.
I don't know.
Well, it is what it is. So
Yeah.
that's Dragon Ball Legends. What is it? Fourth anniversary. This thing has been around for 4 years, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So there's that
Mm,
exciting news.
very exciting.
Let's get into the meat and potatoes of this podcast because this is what I think we were the most excited for. Now, let me ask you this, guys. As I put the trailer up on screen here, um, was this a movie that you were super, super excited for? Because this is the last one, and we're talking about Jurassic World Dominion. And like I said, we're watching the trailer now, and Blue is featured in it very prominently, right?
I
Oh.
wouldn't say blue.
Well, at least in the trailer so
No.
Okay,
far.
in the trailer.
Yes, in the trailer. We're gonna get into the actual movie a little bit later, but Blue right here, it's all about Blue, and so different
What?
dinosaurs.
The
We got
mosasaur.
we got a guy from the original trilogy back. We get
Whoa.
all the characters actually from the original trilogy back,
Uh-oh.
Not all the
and
dinosaurs, I'll tell you that
all the
right now.
Raptors.
dinosaurs. And then we
Raptor
have the
chase.
Raptor chase, which is interesting. That was actually
That
interesting.
was smooth.
That whole pole, uh,
Oh,
ugh,
Oh.
that's what
that
you
dude
get
is
for driving a
done.
scooter.
Yeah, that whole action scene was very entertaining.
Yeah, and I think that's a lot that we can say about the movie
Alan
itself.
Grant. Yeah.
So the movie came out on June 10th. Of course, we have to have the T Rex back, right?
Yeah.
Um, and it was directed by Colin Trevorrow,
That's
and it's
cool.
based on a story by Trevorrow and Derek Connolly. So they wrote the story as well.
Okay.
Run,
Run. No.
new dinosaurs as well. So
Yeah.
that's the trailer for Jurassic World Dominion. And again, like I said, in theaters June 10th. And so, again, this was directed by Colin Trevorrow. He's come back to the franchise to kind of um, end it, right?
Mhm.
Because this is the last of the Jurassic World trilogy. Um, and so it brings back Chris Pratt, Bryce Dallas Howard from the Jurassic World
OG. All right.
series, right? But it
Jurassic
also does
World.
a another thing. And AJ, I mean Eli, you just mentioned that it brings the OG cast back. You know,
Yeah.
so Laura Dern is back, Jeff Goldblum is back, Sam Neill is back. Now BD Wong is the one that's kind of been in both trilogies here, so but he's back as well. Um, and we get some new characters as well, and we get new dinosaurs. So let's start out with this, and I'm going to say this again. We are going to be fully spoiling the film. So
Only spoilers.
if you guys haven't seen it yet, just pause this video. Don't turn it off. Pause it. Run to your movie theater, watch the movie,
And
and then
then
come
come
back
back.
and unpause the video. Right?
Indeed.
Yes. Do that
All right.
right now. Do it.
So let's talk about the story. And I think the story for me was kind of like the weakest part of the film. But
Mm.
what's the story about, guys?
I mean, honestly, it's that it's kind of all over the place. So, first of all, there are now giant locusts threatening to collapse our society because they're like eating all the wheat. Then you also have the other story where there's the kid who's half dinosaur or like has dinosaur DNA, and those are really the two major plot lines.
Yeah,
But it's
that's it.
it's weird because they seem very very separate and distinct, and somehow they find a way to connect it at the very end, right?
Well, yeah.
You know. So yeah, these locusts are a creation of this evil
Well, it's not
corporation.
known yet, but it's basically their either Cretaceous or one of those Acic period locusts. They have DNA from locusts in that time. Biosyn, which at the beginning of the movie was supposed to be like, we're going to use genetic engineering for good. But it turns out they were also the ones who engineered the locusts for the specific purpose of collapsing the world order.
Right. and
Always the
and
villains.
the character that runs Biosyn, Dr. Lewis
Okay.
Dodgson, who was played by Campbell Scott. um
This completely went over my head.
yes, that's, and I was about to get into that. He is actually a character that's appeared on in Jurassic, what would you call that?
Jurassic Park, the
Jurassic
first movie.
Park
No, but like the
OGs.
entire series is a Jurassic series. Like, how do you,
The
He's
Park
the
been
Park series, I
Park
guess.
what?
universe.
Yeah,
The
The
Park
Jurassic
series.
universe, let's call it that, right?
Okay,
So
yeah.
he's appeared before in the Jurassic universe. And I'm surprised that AJ didn't pick that up because he's like a huge fan of the Jurassic universe movies, right?
Yeah, you could say
Um
that, I guess.
he appeared in the first Jurassic Park in like a 2-minute segment where the character of Dennis Nedry is basically doing industrial espionage and stealing embryos for dinosaurs. And he shows up in Costa Rica with Dodgson, and Dodgson gives him the stuff to smuggle the stuff out of there, right? And the famous line is, Dodgson, Dodgson, Dodgson. See, nobody cares,
Hmm.
right? So
Yes.
he comes back and now he plays like a Steve Jobs type of persona, right? He's even got the look down and all that stuff. He's
He looks
very,
exactly like Bill Gates or like
yeah,
Steve Jobs.
he's like one of these tech magnates, right?
Yeah.
And he's very weird in how he interacts with people, you know?
Hmm.
Like he'll talk and you see that he doesn't finish his sentence because he's already on to the next sentence, right? He's one of those guys, right?
Hmm.
So he comes across at the very beginning as being this magnanimous, very social oriented individual who's giving back to society because supposedly he's not creating the dinosaurs to exploit them. He's creating them for the greater good of humanity, right? Like curing cancer and things of that. That's how he comes across when we first meet him.
Yeah.
But as the movie goes on, we see that there's a sinister side to him, right?
And basically I believe the whole thing with him was that he wanted to spread the locusts and stop the what is it? The crop supply or the seed supply that's not
So
biosyn.
there's actually another layer to this. So apparently Biosyn has also steeped into the agriculture market.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because remember, the locusts only ate crop that was natural, as in non GMO like crops. But biosyn crops, which would
Weren't.
presumably be the GMO crops,
Yeah.
those weren't being eaten. I wonder why.
And that's how we introduce, or rather reintroduce, Dr. Ellie Sadler into the movie, because she's investigating these locusts and she's trying to figure out um how they're growing at an exponential rate, and how is it that they're attacking these crops, and how to stop it. And then during a visit with one of the people who was attacked, that's when we find out that the biosyn crops are being untouched while the natural crops are. And so the conspiracy goes that Dr. Dodgson, say that 3 times fast,
Dr. Dodson.
he
Dr. Dodson,
is
Dr. Dodson, Dr. Dodson. Oh.
yes,
Dr.
couldn't do it.
Dodson, Dr. Dodson, Dr. Dodson.
Couldn't do it. Dr. Dodson, Dr. Dodson, Dr. Dodson.
Yeah,
Oh, look at that.
Okay,
Dodson,
all
Dr.
right,
Dodson.
okay.
Anyway, we find out through the movie that his plan is to eradicate basically the world's crops, not caring that it would significantly impact world hunger, millions of people would die. He's just worried about his bottom line and the fact that he will now be able to sell the seeds for biosyn crops all over the world and make like a gazillion dollars and take over the world and the whole 9 yards, right? So that's the first plot that's happening. The second one has to deal with our Jurassic World cast of Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard, right? Who plays Grady and Claire. Um, we first see them with a kid,
The child.
a child. She's what, 14 years old, I think, in the movie?
Yeah.
Who else is?
No way.
So she's doing things that you would be doing, Eli,
Yeah,
like
except
racing away from raptors, which happens all the time in your life, right?
yeah, totally. That's what happens all the time. But anyway, what happens is she travels to the town or something often, and what happens is they keep telling her not to, but then she ends up getting followed by the bad guys, who then kidnap her and Blue's son, daughter,
Yeah,
Daughter,
yeah,
baby,
basically.
beta.
child, Beta, and then they end up getting sent to Biosyn, and then
Right.
yeah, that's what happens.
So Grady and Claire have been hiding out in this out of the way ranch and keeping her hidden because they know her secret. But her being a teenager decides that that's not good enough, and like Eli said, she goes into town and gets found out.
Yeah.
And in the interim, Blue, who's kind of living with them, well, in that
Well,
area,
not
right?
really. Well,
He's
yeah,
Why?
sort
he's
of.
around, right? Blue, who supposedly cannot have children, does have one in Beta, and
I mean, come on, guys. Life finds a way.
yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And so Beta and Maisie, right? Is it Maisie? That's her name?
We
I
forget.
honestly don't remember.
Yeah, it's Maisie. Maisie and Beta actually they have kind of a relationship, it's implied, right?
Yeah, somewhat.
Yeah. Someone and Maisie has the ability, just like Grady, put your hand up and all dinosaurs will listen. Right?
The Jurassic Force.
She can talk to dinosaurs because she's half dinosaur.
No, Eli.
It's her
the-
special ability.
it's the Jurassic Force.
The Jurassic
The
Force.
Jurassic Force.
Oh God.
Exactly. So those are the two plots that are happening concurrently while we're watching the movie, right? So Grady, so at some point Maisie gets kidnapped
Oh,
along with Beta, right? And Grady and Claire now start spanning the world trying to find her and using, old contacts and things like that. Very spy stuff, right? Meanwhile, you have Dr. Ellie Sadler, and she kind of gets Alan Grant involved in this, and they end up heading out to Biosyn, and lo and behold, there's Ian Malcolm. You got the gang all back together, right? And
No
Ian is
way.
is aware of the plot, and she tries to get Ellie involved, and Alan Grant, as normally, he's clueless to what's going on and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
it's kind of like Jurassic Park all over again. So we've got basically two movies in one going on right
Yeah.
now, right? What do you guys think about that whole setup, the way that they were doing that? Was it
I
done
didn't
well?
see. For me, I didn't mind it because eventually it just kind of merged, and then it became one whole thing. I didn't really have a problem with it. I mean, can I be bland? I'm not really here for the story. Like, this is one of the few movies that I'm not specifically here for the story.
It's very you're thinking along the lines of Godzilla, right? You're not
Well,
here for the
okay,
story, you're here for the monsters.
okay.
Yeah.
With
Basically.
Godzilla, that's not necessarily true, but you can think somewhat along those lines. Somewhat.
Okay. Okay. Makes sense. What about you, Eli? How did you find the two plots running parallel to them?
I mean,
Was it intriguing to you? Was it confusing? Did you
I
even care?
I don't really remember the original. Hold on. I didn't even really remember any of the.
That's how much he doesn't remember.
Exactly.
I didn't really remember any of the original Jurassic Parks or any of the Jurassic Worlds
Wow,
thing.
not even
So
those.
yeah, so I can't really make a clear statement. I I guess because I'm sort of biased to the topic since I have no idea what exactly happened beforehand. But I will say that I was indifferent to it. So I didn't really have any problems with it. It felt like uh, a slow but well played out setup, I guess. I don't know the words for it, but yeah, it
All right.
was
Well,
good.
eventually the two things collide, and we get the whole resolution of the thing. Um. So not to get into retelling the whole story. Eventually, they all come together. They all have to find a way to beat the locusts,
The
but more
evil
importantly, they have
dodger.
to find a way to get off this enclosure where Biosyn has all the dinosaurs and whatnot. Dinosaurs which have kind of migrated throughout the world, right? Like there are dinosaurs everywhere, but the majority of them are by where Biosyn is, right?
Well, when we say migrated, we really mean relocated.
Yeah. So that's basically the movie in a nutshell. Um Story wise, we weren't that invested into it, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
the story was whatever. It probably was the weakest out of all the Jurassic Universe stories, in my opinion, right?
yeah,
Um, but let's talk about the action because this is first and foremost an action movie.
it
Um,
is.
what did you think about the set pieces in terms of Jurassic World Dominion?
I thought that there was some practical effects. It
Hmm.
wasn't blatant, but there was some. Like,
Yeah,
especially in some of the scenes with Beta, like you could kind of see, okay, that's clearly not computerized. Well played, pretty good. Um, in terms of, well, I mean, vehicles are vehicles, weapons are weapons. I mean, that's all I really have to say on that front.
All right. What about
okay.
you, E?
Um,
What do
I
you think
mean,
about the action scenes?
I mean, the action scenes were pretty interesting. I would say, for the most part, they had like pretty good choreography. I guess, sort of. They were very entertaining, and they were probably like the highlight of the movie. There wasn't really anything else to be to be very blunt. There
What about
wasn't
the
anything
interrogation scene?
else. The interrogation scene.
Yeah, where he has the guy pinned down to the floor, like some kind of raptor thing is eating his arm one hand. The little
Oh,
thing
oh
is
God,
eating his hand on
that's
the
so
other.
stupid.
And then when
And
he's
then
done with him, and because he clearly doesn't know anything else, he lets the other thing like eat him from like the bottom.
it's so
That was that
oh
was a
man,
weird scene. So the scene that you're referring to is when they get into the underground black market of dinosaurs, right? And
yeah,
that starts an entirely other different action scene right afterwards, right? But you know, just to get to it, they're still looking for Maisie, and they're asking around, and they find one of the bad guys there, and all of a sudden, dinosaurs are being let loose left and right. I mean, there's Carnotaurs, there's Allosauruses, there was a whole bunch of stuff going on, right? And the one guy gets pinned on the floor. He falls after like a physical fight with Grady, and like you said, one raptor is gnawing away at his hand, and the raptor is chained, but he's close enough that he can just start eating his hand. And then there's this little thing on the side, and Grady's interrogating him. The guy's not screaming in pain. He's just kind of like, yeah, this is what it is, this is what it is. And then the other monster, which is what I don't even know what it was, right?
I don't remember. I'm sorry.
He comes and he eats him from the head up. I thought it was, or from the
No, it was from the bottom up.
from the
I'm
bottom
pretty
down, right?
mm.
sure.
And instead of Grady running in fear, thinking that these dinosaurs are going to attack him, he just merely calmly turns around, gets on his comm, and says, "Okay, I got the information. What do we do now?"
Well, yeah, because they're already eating the other guy.
And
I
so
don't
there
know.
was a lot of that during that movie, though, right? Where
Yeah,
characters are in mortal danger and they just stop to discuss plot, right?
yeah,
I mean, and so that led into another action scene, actually, two of them, where one of them, you have one of the new Raptors that are programmed by the people that if you shine a red dot on them, they'll recognize through the
Velociraptors.
brain that those are targets and will mercilessly hunt them down until they're dead. And at the same time, Grady, after that one scene with all the CIA, I think it is, right?
Yep, they're working alongside the spooks.
So
yeah.
one of the spooks, which and I forget what his name is, but he was previously in Ramsey, right? Ramsey Cole. He was previously in one of the
No,
No,
Ramsey is
Ramsey
the
oh no
is
guy
no that's
that's
the that's the other guy.
at Biosyn.
he's the other spook, I guess.
No,
Barry, was it?
Yeah, because he
No,
was
no.
no, Eli.
Ramsey
Ramsey
was the
was the guy
one
that
in
was
Biosyn.
helping.
yeah, but he was
Uh,
undercover. Wait,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
what's a
but he
spook?
wasn't.
Eli.
He wasn't. He
He
wasn't
was a
CIA.
regular dude
Oh,
who
wait,
was
spook is
working
like
there.
CIA.
Was it Barry?
No, uh, Barry sounds right
Okay.
for the guy that knew Owen Grady. I think
Yes.
that's his name.
So Barry is now working for the French version of the CIA, but who they're working with the CIA also, right?
I
And
guess, yeah.
he gets, and see, this is the thing that drives me nuts about this movie, right? He's stuck in a car with one of the raptors that is targeted to hunt him. He's got a gun. The raptor is viciously trying to bite him, and instead he uses the gun to try and break the window so he can escape instead of, I don't know, shooting the raptor in the face.
Maybe the raptor has feelings too.
But these are some of the frustrating things that happen. So
There was
that
oh
yeah.
shoot. There was also another point, and I know it's such a small gripe, but like it was sort of weird for me. There was a point where what's her name, Claire?
Mm-hmm.
She was like being attacked by one of the dinosaurs, And what happened was, well, no, she wasn't, but she was about to. What happened was the other girl, I forgot her name, but it was in that scene, and she was like one of the villains. She shined the light on her, but but the dinosaur wasn't even looking her way. So I don't know.
Yes,
I guess
I think it has to
that's
do
such a
with the
small
heat
gripe.
signature left by the laser.
Yeah, I guess
probably.
that makes more sense then.
But not going away from Claire. Again, there was a point where she jumps out of a plane and lands directly in the middle of this forest that Biosyn has created. This whatever you want to call it,
The preserve.
the preserve, right?
Yeah.
And there is one of the new dinosaurs there. What
Therizinosaurus.
is it called? I like
Therizinosaurus.
to call him the Wolverine dinosaur, right? She literally falls in while this thing is hunting, and she's crawling into the water, right? Into this pool of water.
Yeah.
The dinosaur is literally what, 3 feet behind her, and never attacks her until she's underneath the water, and then all of a sudden she's magically disappeared.
I think it
Well,
was
the
just a matter
water
of
would not only mask her scent, it's just like
yeah.
that's a blind spot.
That is true, but
But
literally
before that, I don't know.
he
Maybe he was
was
trying to figure out, okay, what the hell is this thing? But even
He also
then,
had
like, if you're gonna just like casually slap a deer into oblivion, I don't know why you wouldn't just go poke.
he also had white eyes, so maybe that has something to do with it.
maybe he
Like
couldn't
Blind?
see.
coincidentally, the
It
dinosaur that
can
was
hear
coming
her
after her
though.
It
was
can hear her,
Very
it can
clearly, it
smell
can.
her,
well.
and it was completely, you know, acknowledging her presence because he literally followed her all the way to the water.
Well, maybe it's just some coincidental scenario where there's this dinosaur who doesn't have any senses chases her.
I mean,
That's
some of those
not how that
things,
works.
yeah, some of those things. It wasn't like she was 50 feet away from this dinosaur and was able to hide. The dude was all he had to do was just reach down and he would have touched her. That's how close he was to her, right? I just whatever. It is what it is. So
It was tense, but it was like a false kind of tension because that's not how that would have played out.
well, let's talk about some of the new dinosaurs that we see in the film. And there are many. You have a bunch of new raptors, Moros and Trepidus. You have the Atrociraptor. Sorry, the
Troceraptor
Atrociraptor. The Pyroraptor, which is the one that was in the ice lake
that can actually swim.
that can actually swim.
Apparently.
Those are 3 new raptors. Now, the one thing I will say, and I did like the design of the Pyroraptor, which it had feathers, and we've established very recently that raptors did have feathers. So I did like that. But what did you think about those new raptors? Were they even necessary to the story?
I mean, honestly, the Atrociraptors are just a set piece. To be honest,
Do you know?
like
Do you know what Atrociraptor means? Translated,
no
atrocious thief.
Atrocious.
thief.
Yes,
What
So
is it
raptor
even
means
stealing?
thief.
I don't. I have no idea. You know, but these things are actually bigger than regular velociraptors. You know, because velociraptors are they're technically the size of turkeys, right? Velociraptors
Yeah,
in real
technically,
life,
the Pyroraptor is the closest you're gonna get to what an actual raptor looks like.
yeah, and velociraptors are turkey size, but the atrorap atrociraptor, they're actually human size, so they're very very big.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Yeah,
can see why they would use them in that chase scene because they would. I mean, velociraptors do.
Paleo community would be like, the Velociraptor is not really like that. Why are you still using that? All right, well, let's use the Trosraptor then. What are you gonna say now? What are you gonna say now?
Well,
Yeah.
see, if we go in real life, Atrociraptors are about 6 feet in length. They weigh about 30 to 40 pounds, which is not much when you look at them, right? They
Yeah,
look like,
Yeah.
but they are feathered, and I don't understand why they didn't put the feathers in this. If they were going to do that for the Pyroraptor, because the Pyroraptor looks like an actual raptor. Do you know what Pyroraptor means?
Fire
fiery
raptor.
something.
Fire thief.
Fire
So
So raptor means thief.
yes,
So if I say super raptor,
it's a super thief. So the reason why a Pyroraptor is called a Pyroraptor, it's not because it breathes fire, but because its feathers were reddish in color.
dumb raptor.
So, and and
Chill.
the remains were found at the foot of Mount Olympus after a forest fire in 1992. So
Okay.
there you go.
Cool.
That is actually a really cool backstory.
Yep. So those are the new Raptors. Did you care?
I mean,
Oh.
all they really did was serve to be like, hey, look, what if they could swim? Hey, look, what if they never stopped but were slightly dumber? Like, 'cause the Atrociraptors, I mean, they're just kind of. I mean, the one thing I will say is that they did what the Indoraptor couldn't. Because the
What's
What do
the
you
whole
mean?
endo
point
raptor?
of the Indoraptor
I don't
was that it
remember.
was supposed to be a programmable raptor,
Oh yes, yes, yes.
but
That's true.
it was too devious and demonic to be controlled.
Yeah, so leave it to the
Mm.
black market to do it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
Okay, so there's the Raptors. Um, an exciting but very short scene with this dinosaur, and I'm gonna mess it up, so I'm going to start it. But AJ, you're going to finish the actual pronunciation. The Quetzalcoatlus.
I mean,
How do
I
you
might
say it?
not even be right, but I call it Quetzalcoatlus.
Yes, I think you're right. You know what I'm saying? So say
Quetzal.
it again.
Quetzalcoatlus.
Quetzalcoatlus, the largest
Quetzalcoatlus.
pterosaur known to man, right?
Yes.
That
Quetzalcoatlus.
we've found so far. Um,
Quetzalcoatlus.
Eli, what did you think about that scene?
Yeah,
Because
what are
that
you
was the
whispering over
scene.
there?
That was the
With
scene where it they stopped using the air defense system and allowed this Quetzalcoatlus,
Quetzalcoatlus.
Quetzal, like think
Quetzalcoatl,
pretzel, but Quetzal.
Quetzal.
Quetzalcoatlus.
Like the Kessel Run.
Lus.
Yeah,
Quetzalcoatlus.
they allowed this Quetzalcoatlus to
Quetzalcoatlus.
down the
Quetzalcoatlus.
Grady plane, and the other girl, I forgot what her
Quetzalcoatlus.
name is. Hold on, I'm going to tell you right now.
But
The character was Kayla Watts.
Quetzalcoatlus.
She was the one that was helping them.
But the scene was pretty cool, I guess. Honestly, I don't care too much about what dinosaurs are what because honestly, I don't know any dinosaurs. All I know are T Rex, Raptors, Triceratops, Dilophosaurus. So basically, the main four, the basic four, not the main four. So yeah, I mean
You're
that's
missing a
I don't
basic
really,
one there.
huh?
You're missing what would be
Oh,
considered the basic.
pterodactyls.
Well, yes, but no.
Trilophosaurus. I don't know what that is. If I'm being honest.
Starts with a B, ends with a saurus.
Bulbasaur.
What did you just say?
I
What
don't know.
did you just say?
Eli just put in Pokemons into Jurassic
Oh.
Park.
I don't know. Bulbasaurus.
Bulbasaurus.
It has a long neck.
Um.
when you do something quick, it's not pronto, but it would be
Bonto.
No,
I
not
don't
that's
understand.
Brontosaurus is no.
oh, that's
Oh,
not the one you're talking about.
Nope,
Brontosaurus.
that's not the one I'm
So
thinking of.
who are you
Oh.
talking about then?
It's the most simple one. Everyone knows
Bigosaur.
Oh,
Brachiosaurus.
Brachiosaurus. Yeah,
I don't
because
know what a
Brontosaurus
Brachiosaurus
really
is.
doesn't exist anymore. They're called Apatosauruses now, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know what a Brachios.
it's the one with the
Saurus.
crest nose. You've literally seen it everywhere. I guarantee it.
I know
It was in the first movie.
Spinosaurus.
It was
What
the
did you say?
the Brachiosaurus was in the first movie. It's when he sneezed on he sneezed and put
Spinosaurus. I remember that.
So you
yeah,
said
Spinosaurus.
Spinosaurus.
Yeah, Spinosaurus
That's
is
a
right.
major. I mean, it's
Sorry.
not.
Yeah, it's there.
It's not a major point of contention for me, but you're gonna bring back all the originals. Heck, even the Jurassic Park 3 Raptors were in like a now this clip. Where
Yeah.
is my man Spino? Come on,
Spinosaurus.
They
man.
didn't give you that.
And Gigantosaurus.
Well, you had
Giganotosaurus.
Giganotosaurus.
Lame. Gigantosaurus.
There's no O
I don't
in
I
your
don't care.
pronunciation of it. There's an
I
O
don't
in the name.
care.
You will care.
Gigantosaurus.
Giganotosaurus.
I
But you're
don't
forgetting the most
care.
important
Gigantosaurus.
dinosaur that they brought out there, the Dreadnoughtus.
I don't know what that is.
Probably the biggest. No,
Whale.
theropod
Shark.
is. Theropod
Dinosaur.
is. Or is it? No, theropod is the one that eats other dinosaurs. Sauropods are the ones that eat plants. So it would be sauropod.
He's a Titanosaur.
Titanosaurus.
Yeah.
That is a Godzilla monster.
Well,
Oh.
believe it or not, it's a dinosaur too. He is a species of Titanosaur, the Dreadnoughtus.
Dreadnoughtus.
The largest land animal ever. They found a complete skeleton in 2014 in Argentina. It measured 85 feet long. It had a 37-foot neck, and it was 30 feet tall.
Whoa.
It could have
Mammoth.
weighed 65 tons. That thing is
65
huge.
tons.
I have to make a note of this. Like, I just typed in Titanosaurus into Google. I like how among all of the serious Titanosaurus pictures, the Kaiju Titanosaurus is smack in the middle.
What the hell?
Like, you have all these dinosaurs, and it's like, wait, what the hell is that red and orange thing in the middle?
What the-
No.
Oh my
what the hell?
god. So you had the Dreadnoughtus, which is a weird name as it is, but you know what? It is an actual name of a dinosaur. Before we get to the Giganotosaurus, right? I do have to mention Wolverine again.
Therizinosaurus.
Therizinosaur. You know what the name translates to?
You told me this yesterday, but I forgot.
Scythe lizard.
Scythosaurus.
It had the claws were at least 3 feet in length, which
Would've
are
been a scythe.
the longest, and they're the longest claws in the world. You see kind of like a pattern here, right? They're putting in all the stuff that's the biggest of its kind, right?
Oh, yeah.
Wait, so is
The
a
biggest
T-Rex?
pterodon, the biggest predator, the biggest titanosaur, now the biggest
Sauropod.
claws. You know what I'm saying?
Wait,
This thing was about
ocean
T-Rex.
dwelling.
yeah, exactly.
The
You know,
mosasaur, which was there for like
2
all
seconds.
of
2
two
seconds.
scenes.
I know.
wait, T-Rex stands for Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Tyrant King.
What's Rex?
King.
Yeah.
So what's Tyrannosaurus?
Tyrant.
Tyrant King. Seriously,
Tyrant lizard king. It's something translate to something
it's
like that.
lame. But he's not the king.
Not here.
Yeah,
Well, that leads to that final fight, right?
because the
Between
Gigantosaurus is the king.
Giganotosaurus.
No. We'll just leave it at
Giganotosaurus.
Gigantosaurus.
Don't make me bring up the ultimate dinosaur. Don't Make me bring it up.
Gigantosaurus.
So here's the one thing that Jurassic World Dominion doesn't get right. Giganotosaurus, not the
Giganto.
biggest predator in the world.
So what is?
It is just slightly bigger than the T Rex. And I know this is going to disappoint you guys. The Spinosaurus is still king of all lizards.
Ha ha! That's not disappointing
That
to
was not
me.
disappointing. I
So,
prefer the Spinosaurus, even though I don't know what it is. It just
Dude,
sounds
it's
cooler.
basically like a Godzilla.
Oh,
so
okay.
the,
I'm
the
indifferent.
Spinosaurus is king of all lizards. It's around 50 to 60 feet, whereas Giganotosaurus probably measures at top maybe 47 to 49
I
feet.
mean, it's pretty
So,
close. It's a
um,
close.
it's also thinner than the T Rex, but it's faster and more agile than the T Rex.
No, so
So,
it's just better
and
in
it
general.
has a weaker bite but sharper teeth.
Oh, but that
So,
makes it a stronger bite.
yeah, so it's interesting in how they frame Giganotosaurus, but I guess they needed something since they've already used Spinosaurus and they couldn't use it again
It's
for
not
this
like
one,
they
right?
can bring back the Indominus Rex either.
Yes, I know.
The Indominus
So
Rex.
we get that end scene where Giganotosaurus takes on both T Rexy and Wolverine, right? Um, kind of anticlimactic the way it ended.
I would
Yeah.
say
I
not.
mean, it was kind of metal how T Rex just went pop, and
Yeah,
he
it
was
was
like,
kind of
"Oh no, I'm gonna
climatic.
fall onto his."
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. But I did like T Rex coming back from the dead.
Oh, that was kind of
Oh
dumb.
no,
His
they
eyes
did.
are wide
They did the
open.
whole Kong thing.
Yes, they did.
Lame.
So T Rex still king of the Jurassic universe, right?
Nope.
Well,
So
King in tandem with Therizinosaurus. That was a joint win.
Yeah. Same way King Kong is the
Nope,
king.
that's a different story.
No. No.
yeah, so I
No.
mean that's kind of
I mean, yeah.
where you are with the dinosaurs, right?
Yeah, just the dinosaurs.
I just I'm not, you know,
The the dinosaurs were
Where are
entertaining.
you, Spinosaurus?
Dinosaurs were entertaining, in my opinion. Because
I'm surprised the Carnotaur didn't. Well, I mean, they don't necessarily have to fight each
what's a
other, but
carnotaur?
the Carnotaur is the one with the horns.
All of them kind
No,
of have horns.
like the pronounced devil-looking horns,
It's like a triceratops.
kind of. I'll show
Uh,
you a picture later.
yeah.
okay.
Yeah. So let's wrap this up by just stating that this was easily the worst reviewed film out of the Jurassic Universe series.
Which
At least for Rotten
no,
Tomatoes,
come
but the
on,
audience
Is
score
a different thing.
eighty
is
percent.
different.
So last we checked, Rotten Tomatoes had it at 31%, but the audience score was 80. So a lot of people did enjoy it for that. And I kind of tend to agree with the audience score because Jurassic Park, as per Deadline, ended up with $143 million opening for its debut, which
Is that
is second among the Jurassic Universe movies. The only one that
Wow.
had more was Fallen Kingdom,
Oh,
good?
of
which
course.
was the last film, and it's impressive because a lot of people, it was universally panned by the critics, but people still went out and saw the movie anyway.
Well, I mean, what better way to kind of shine a light on reviewer review? I mean, hold on. It would be critic versus crowd, or
Yeah, I guess.
the
Yeah.
audience.
Yeah. I
Critic
mean,
versus audience
Honestly, yeah.
reviews, or
It
it
I don't know,
wasn't.
disconnect.
it made a killing on Friday. Friday it pulled in almost $60 million. Saturday was 47 million. Sunday was about 37 million for 143.37 millions. The next closest would have been Top Gun Maverick. It pulled in $50 million.
It
So
wasn't bad. It wasn't actually. It,
Like,
it was pretty
here's the one
good
thing
in
I
my
will
opinion.
say, and I also have to mention this too. It is just desserts that Dodgson died exactly the same way Nedry died, except worse.
yes,
Hmm.
the
Because it wasn't
Dilophosaurus
one, it was
three
three.
Dilophosauruses, right?
Dilophosaurus.
Yes, spitters, as they say.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yes, he died very much the same way as Nedry, but three times worse because there were
Yeah.
three. In ironically enough, it was the Hyperloop, right? Which is an Elon Musk creation.
Well,
So
guess that's not going very well for Mr. Elon now, is it?
Mm.
so there you go. So that is our review of Jurassic World Dominion. I mean,
I
are
felt
we gonna do we have final thoughts on that?
I felt it was a good closing to the series. I mean, the franchise, to be honest. Like, everything, like the way it ended, everything seemed like it had finally reached not a moot point, but like a just a close. Like, the scientist labeled as evil in the past two films finally got his redemptive arc.
Mm-hmm.
Dinosaurs are finally now going to be left alone in their whole little preserve, or in the wild, like with Blue,
Right.
and they're leaving the kid alone. So,
Right.
win-win for everyone.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
just felt like everything was resolved by the end.
Yeah. I mean,
And it wasn't a bad
yes,
resolution either.
there are dinosaurs in the world. Be careful because you might bump into one,
Yeah.
right? But the majority seem to be located in that preserve in Biosyn, right? But who's to say that they don't migrate again because life finds a way. So in that world, the
Yes.
dinosaurs will overrun everything
Yeah.
eventually and become the dominant species in the
Species.
world.
Hmm.
Eli, what do you think?
The movie was actually pretty good in my opinion. It wasn't as bad as some people might say it would be because like it was enjoyable. That's the point of uh a movie is to enjoy it. The story, sure, it wasn't at its peak. It definitely wasn't the greatest but it was something enjoyable. It concluded the series and in a perfect resolution, I would say. At least in my opinion because they closed off every open-ended part of the original and the newer movies, I guess.
Yeah,
So it I mean there's nothing else to say really except it was just an entertaining movie. You had uh amazing action scenes in my opinion. Um and it just resolved the whole thing
okay.
perfectly.
Um, I'm gonna just ask this one question. Do you want to see another trilogy?
Nope.
No.
This is
No.
You can't have a perfect
No.
resolution like this and then go and make another 3-6 movies.
No.
This is
No.
it. If you want to start something new, by all means, do it. But this has been, at least to me, my opinion, put to rest.
Well, let's see if the studio execs listen to our podcast and hear what
I
you
mean
have
they
to say because this is making money for them. They might find a way, just like life. They might find a way.
Jurassic Park,
No,
more
now
like
it's gonna be uh Triassic Kingdom. Oh no, not
yeah.
Triassic Kingdom. We
Oh,
already did
just
Kingdom.
name it
It's gonna
Cretaceous
Well,
Park.
be
you have Cretaceous Camp,
Camp
the
Cretaceous.
Camp
So it has
Cretaceous.
to be Triassic now. So
Jurassic
it's gonna
Park,
be
Cretaceous Camp.
Triassic Triassic Land? I don't know.
The Triassic tours.
Because I was thinking Disneyland, but
No, what
instead
about
Triassic.
what about Triassic tours?
Triassic Tours?
Yeah, kind of like Star Tours,
No.
Star
Okay.
Wars.
I kind of works together. Triassic Land just. I like how simple it is.
Triassic.
What about Triassic Terra?
No.
That doesn't work
Tri-
either. I don't
Triassic Land sounds like some sort of kid. You know what I mean?
know.
Or maybe we don't even do the Triassic. We do the one before the Triassic, which is also an interesting era.
Cretaceous.
Nope.
No, not the Cretaceous.
What did you just say?
Paleolithic.
Precambrian?
No.
Precambrian?
No, there's one right before that, but in the
Ice
middle of that.
Age.
Let me just really quick.
Ice Age.
Ice Age Land. No.
Yes.
But they already have Ice Age with the sloth and the
Um,
mastodon.
Neolithic
Earth
land.
Timeline. Just gonna look it up really quick. Sorry,
What does
it'll
that
take 2
sounds so
seconds,
stupid.
or as long as my internet speed allows.
Paleolithic.
No, it's not the Paleolithic.
Oh.
That's a little too youngish.
Yes, that's way too young.
Yeah.
Come on, do it, damn it.
Are you sure?
Almost there, almost there. Proterozoic, no. Phanerozoic, getting closer. Okay, it's got to be around here.
Oh boy.
Cambrian, Permian. There you go.
I was close. Mine was with a P, right?
Yes,
So
Or they could
Permian
do...
land.
Oh, man.
I don't know if that has quite the ring to it.
Permian land
the
or
Permian
Triassic
posse.
land.
Oh God, that's horrible.
I don't know. All right. Well,
Neolithic
you know
lands.
what? Let's not speculate anymore because it's going to get much, much worse if we continue.
Mesozoic.
So, let's just put it as it is. Jurassic Park. You see, Jurassic World Dominion. Pretty decent. Not the greatest, but enjoyable. Probably a guilty pleasure movie that maybe if you see on TV, you'll leave it on just for the heck of it in the background.
It's not bad.
No, it's not bad at all.
Yeah.
You know, but it's not gonna win any Oscar awards except for maybe special effects, right?
Yeah.
But all right. On that note, let's close out this edition of the CrossGen podcast. We're a little rusty at this, so because it's been what,
A while.
2-3 weeks,
Probably.
almost a month, something like that. It's been a bit, so we'll get back into this as we normally do. So I'd like to thank everybody for listening in. Please remember to rate, review, and subscribe to the podcast if you're listening to this on a podcast app. If you're watching us on YouTube, remember to subscribe, like, and hit that little bell button for notifications to let you know when a new video is coming. And on that note, this is Walt.
This is, let's see, today was Godwin the Golden.
Elden Ring reference.
Elisaurus.
Elisaurus Rex.
Yes, Elisaurus Rex.
Rex.
Elisaurus Rex and
Eli Notosaurus.
Oh,
Get it? Eli Notosaurus.
Eliceratops.
Dread Eli-less.
Okay.
No, okay. And
Oh, I want to see what you come up for this one.
may our dinosaurs cross again?
I got one. May our DNA strands cross again.
Oh, it's not bad. It's actually pretty good.
Kind of works. All right.
May our DNA strands cross again.
All right. Later, people.